Welcome back, everybody, and today we're going to be doing our first day out in the lawn, and we've got a couple new things that we're going to be trying out. One is the new Scotts Elite spreader, and I want to take just a second to tell you why I chose this spreader. I have been looking at spreaders because I wanted to replace my old one. The problem is everything that I looked at was $250, $350, $400, and some even $500 and $600. And it just made me evaluate, what it is that I was looking for in a spreader. My old Scotts I'd had probably for 10 years, so it certainly did just fine. And the things that I liked about this new Scotts is the double rotors here on the bottom, the edge guard. It's got rubber tires, and they're a little bit bigger tires. So it seems like to me, for me anyway, this was a nice compromise. It also allowed me to free up some money to get some other things. And while we're talking about that, one of the things that I like to do is when I'm deciding on what type of purchase to make is, number one, will it improve the looks of my lawn? And while a spreader is a tool, and some of them are good, some of them aren't as good, really, when it boils down to it, the spreader does nothing to make your lawn look better. I would rather save some money on a spreader, and quite frankly, buy better grades of fertilizers, some micronutrients, those kind of things. Actually, save my money for some of the products that I'm going to put down in the lawn. To me, that just makes more sense. Anyway, I may regret this, I don't know, but anyway, this is my first time using it today, so another thing that I'm doing new is that I'm putting down a new product, and I'll show you that in just a minute. So anyway, thanks for tuning in. We're going to put down some fertilizer and some pre-emergence, and kind of start our season in the lawn. All right, we'll be right back. All right, well, to start off with, I'm going to set this on a setting of 5.5. And where I got that figure from was I consulted with the website for Jonathan Green, which is the type of product I'm using today, and they had spreader settings. They didn't actually have the Elite spreader on here, but when I checked all of the rotary type spreaders, they seem to all say a setting of 5 to 5.5. And that's putting about 3 pounds per 1,000 square feet on the lawn. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to give this thing a whirl and see how it works. Well, for those of you who film, how it works is that you see these little bitty clips, and well, it happens real fast when you're watching a video. It doesn't happen as fast when you're doing it. But this is part of it. I'll be glad I did when it's time to mow and all this stuff is raked away. And then I can just get a nice clean mow. It'll make it all worth it. I've tried all kinds of ways of getting up these sticks and twigs and things, and I still come back to the rake. For some reason, it just seems like it works about as good as anything. We're always looking for a easy way, and I'm okay with that, because sometimes you do find an easier way. But there are some tasks that just doesn't seem like there is an easy way. I like to take a little section at a time, and makes me feel like I'm getting something accomplished. When I'm raking these sticks up, I'll take a little square and kind of rake until I get that little square finished. Keeps me motivated. And I think when you're doing something like this, staying motivated may be the hardest thing. Well, that's just about a full barrel, so I guess I'll go and dump that. We'll be back in a bit. Okay, so I'm down to the last two little piles. And the yard's looking pretty clean. And the big reason for doing this is so that after I put down the fertilizer and the pre-emergence, I don't have to disturb the yard or anything. They say not to rake or do anything afterwards, so that'll allow plenty of time. Also, one other thing, if you've ever tried to rake sticks up in the yard after the grass starts growing and starts coming through, it's a lot harder. So it's one of those early spring chores that you just got to do while the grass is still relatively short. Anyway, so that's another reason we're going ahead and doing it today. I am going to try the blower on another section. I have an old backpack blower and it's pretty decent, but I'm really looking forward to getting a new one of either the BR 700 or the BR 800. I'm not sure which one. I like the price of the BR 700. I like the output of the 800. So I'm kind of torn in between, and there again, just trying to figure out what I really need. Anyway, if you've got any ideas, or if you've used your blowers and have had these, for blowing debris and sticks and stuff up, just put a note in the comments. That'll really help me make my decision. So, anyway, one more little pile here, or two more little piles, and then we're going to get back to putting down some more fertilizer.